everybody, how's it going? This is Babylon 5. This is season 3. This is episode number 2. This episode is called Convictions. So in the last episode, we saw that Londo tried to get out of his deal with Morden, but it pretty much backfired on him. He didn't get out of the deal on behalf of the Centauri. He got out of the deal on behalf of himself. And Morden just basically turned around and said, that's okay, I can go see Reefer. I've been liaisoning and speaking into Reefer. And I think with Londo, it finally dawned on him, like, Londo's expendable to Morden. Morden can just go get other people and he will make allegiances with those guys. So the Centauri are still connected to Morden and the Shadows. We saw that Morden at the end was even connected to Earth and the Psycho, and he'd clearly been working with those guys as well, which makes that gentleman visiting in the last episode of season 2 that he came to get information about what was happening in regard to the Centauri, and he refused to speak to Chakar. And we saw how he brought the guy from the Night Watch with him as well, Wells, and he tried to get in with Ivanova, but it just wasn't going to work. And that treaty between Earth and the Centauri makes sense now because they both have connections to Morden. And the guy from Psycho was talking about a project, and I'm interested to find out what that project is. But I was also really interested to see that it was a different guy, and I would have expected that person from Psycho to have been Bester, and it wasn't. So I have no idea what's going on, and I'm really looking forward to watching this episode. So let's go.
3 anonymous messages have come into CNC in the last 3 hours.
From who?
First one said Chaos is 4 hours away. Second one came an hour later and said Chaos is 3 hours away. Then 2 hours.
Anything after that?
No, they all came from a public Babcom unit, audio only.
It sounds like a crank, but I'll look into it.
Oh.
Check this out.
Doc thinks there may still be some live ones buried in the rubble, so we're being extra careful.
Yeah.
She didn't see anything. Said she was just walking past the hall when all hell broke loose. You got any idea what happened?
No, not yet.
But it's really
full of
bad.
pipe and junk. Wire's been messed with. Any number of things could have gone wrong.
So you're ruling out a bombing?
After what we've been through lately?
It's a
not
bombing.
chance. The thing is, 9 times out of 10, you got a bomb, you got a political statement. You should know a little more when the forensic team gets through.
All right, keep digging. Let me know as soon as you find anything.
I'm sorry I'm late. We've had a bit of a problem.
Oh, yes, I heard. Is there anything we can do?
No, not at this time, but thank you. Please. So, I take it you are Brother Theo.
Yes. My brothers and I are from New Mallory, back home. We have applied to Earth Dome for permanent resident status on Babylon 5.
You want to live here?
Is that right? You live here, after all?
She
I'm
works
stationed
here.
Just about everyone who lives here works here. The dockers, the shop owners, environmental specialists, that sort of thing. The rest are just
Lacquers.
short-term visitors, businessmen.
Yes. We've studied Babylon 5 very carefully. It's perfect for our needs.
Where are you going?
Home. I have been diagnosed with Netter's syndrome. Since I have only 7 days to live, I thought I would return home to put my affairs in order before the end.
Netter syndrome? What? I've had a few sinners, but I've never heard of that one.
Apparently, it's passed by physical contact.
I gotta make a call.
I will do penance later.
That little backpack. Where's Londo been? Oh shit!
Dropping pressure door.
No!
The bombings are targeting people.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Our tests indicate that the bomb contained a highly explosive form of deuterium nitrate. It's available through several commercial manufacturers.
All commercial explosives have a molecular code that lets you backtrack where it came from. We're analyzing it now to try and trace it.
As of right now, this is our #1 priority. Do whatever you have to do. But I want this stopped. Anyone found in a restricted area without proper authorization will be taken in for questioning.
Oh.
Now, whoever's responsible, I want them found and found fast.
Whoever's responsible is watching.
He was hit pretty hard. Hairline fracture of the skull and shoulder.
Oh.
Concussion. The only thing that saved his life was the external bone structure covering the anterior lobe.
Oh.
All we can do now is wait.
We just had another hit, this time at Brown 7.
Oh god.
Fatalities? No, we got lucky. One of my team found the bomb seconds before it went off. We were able to clear the place out. A couple of small injuries, nothing major.
Were you able to find out anything about the bomb before it went off?
Not much. It looked pretty primitive, so I don't think we're dealing with a pro. The question is, why?
Yeah.
What's in it for him?
You know, I've been thinking about that. We've been looking for political agendas. So far, all of his targets have been general.
Personal agenda?
Striking out at people randomly.
Yeah, and he's got everybody terrified.
Maybe that's what he wants. Create fear. Maybe that's the message.
Chief, you there?
Yeah, right here, Mauricio. What's up?
Just finished our analysis on what was left of the explosives. Molecular coating was intact on enough of it to get a trace.
So where'd the stuff come from?
Seems it was stolen from ice mining operation on Vega 7. When we dug into it, we found out the same batch of explosives were used in a series of bombs on Proxima 3.
Thanks, Mauricio. I'll get back to you.
Run a check on all the ships that have come in from Proxima 3 in the last 2 weeks.
Who are they targeting on
Passenger
Proxima
manifests,
3?
Cargo, everything. And run the names against station records and see who's still here.
So what we need you to do is go over all the footage taken after the bombings and see if anyone appears at more than one. It's not going to be very easy. You've got people going and coming.
That's all, then?
Well, yes, then
We'll
need to-
call you as soon as we have him. Good day.
Oh. Oh.
Never mind. I'll wait for the next one.
I think that's wise. He's got no choice.
Explosion blew out most of Red 15. We can't even get down there. I think there might be 10, maybe 20 people still left in the hallway.
Including London
Transport troops are
Jakarta.
down.
Anyone still inside?
Unknown.
I don't know how long I have been unconscious.
2 standard hours.
And you have done nothing? I would point out to you that this door is extremely hot. There is a very good chance there is a fire out there. And even if the fire doesn't get in here, the smoke and the heat
Will.
eventually make it impossible to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And we will die. There is no telling when help will come.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we get ourselves out of here on our own, we'll probably die here. So we must work together.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No.
Well, you want to live as much as I, hmm?
Oh, yes, but I would much rather see you dead.
Well, here I am. Come on, kill me. Come on, kill me.
You forget the terms of our surrender. The penalty for the killing of any Centauri by any Narn
Oh.
will be the death of
500.
Narns, including the perpetrator's own family. But I don't have to kill you.
The smoke can.
I don't have to do anything. And I still get to watch you die.
Are you sure about this?
He was a bit offended. Who was the guy?
Let's cross-reference his face against the passenger manifest that came in from the last 2 ships from Proxima 3.
Match found. Subject, Robert J. Carlson.
Right, he's been working here. Okay, pull his employee jacket. Give me everything we've got on this guy and scramble attack team. Full armor. I want that area cleared before we get there.
Listen up out there. I'm holding a dead man's switch. Anything happens to me, anybody tries to rush the door, and you've got an explosion big enough to blow the whole station. Do you hear me?
Where's the bomb?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Is Sheridan out there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want you in here, Captain.
Leave the link.
Oh.
What are you doing?
He's going in.
You heard him. Buy some time. You can figure out what he's up to.
20 seconds.
That's no good. You stick it inside your shirt, he's gonna find it.
Yeah.
Well, where do you suggest I put it?
Move away from the door. Take off your jacket.
Yes, please.
Open your shirt. I wanted to make sure we could talk privately.
You satisfied?
Oh my god, he's got screens everywhere.
Where's the bomb?
Somewhere you'll never find it. As long as the trigger keeps transmitting. No boom.
Garibaldi here. Marishi?
Standing by.
Hey, listen, the guy just said something about an explosion bright as the sun, but the stuff he's got isn't capable of anything that big. I got a hunch. You scramble a zero-G team and check out the fusion reactor. If he worked maintenance and engineering, he might have had access.
Oh, that would be a bright light indeed.
People need to understand fear. Do you understand fear?
Yeah.
Do you?
Won't kill his audience.
My wife walked out on me. I lost my job, my apartment.
That's not
Couldn't pay the
John's
bills.
fault.
People walked all over me because they could, because they like it when you are afraid. So now it's my turn. When I was fired, when they took away my apartment, they all said It's nothing personal.
Oh.
It's just the times. Well, it's nothing personal, Captain. It's just the times.
This thing's big enough to blow straight through the reactor core.
All right, can you see any wires or panels?
Negative, the whole thing's welded shut.
Oh.
Okay, you're gonna have to try and move it out of there. This guy isn't a pro, so we probably didn't set it up with any vibration detectors. We was probably hoping we wouldn't find it until it was too late.
Look, even if you do get off station, you really think you're gonna get away with this? We've got your ID flagged to every Earth base for 30 light years in every direction. There's nowhere you can go. That's enough!
I don't know how John knows like what's in the area. I love this show. So clever.
What the hell was that?
Damn, we lost him. Garibaldi, the taxi, and we got troubles. You get that bomb and you get it out now.
Move.
See you in hell, Captain.
Are we gonna get a ricochet?
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Oh.
Hey! In here! We got 2 more! I'm going to live.
So it was said. Well, it is an imperfect universe.
This episode, every now and then we'll get like an episode that is basically a filler, but then there's parts of it that always take you back into the bigger picture. So in this one we had this gentleman who felt like he'd been wronged and so was creating these bombs to basically get back at the people that he believed had wronged him in previous jobs and previous places where he lived. So in doing that, he then created this environment where G'Kar and Londo have ended up trapped together in this lift. And G'Kar's silence at the start of that interaction was so unnerving because just his facial movements through that prosthetic were just mesmerizing to watch, to see how he was watching Londo trying to get out, just watching him ranting and raving, wasn't responding to him until he asked how long he'd been unconscious for. And seeing them two basically sitting there having to go through this ordeal together, G'Kar saying to him, I don't have to make the effort to kill you, I can just watch this kill you and watch the smoke and the heat kill you, and you know, I won't have faced the repercussions of the treaty for doing that because he won't be personally responsible for Londo's death. It'd be the bomber. Seeing Linnea rescue and Delenn and then basically save Londo was interesting as well, because Linnea's words at the end were very, 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 very interesting to hear, and him believing he was doing the right thing because all life is sacred, yet the one person that he saved doesn't share that viewpoint. And yeah, he had a point actually, because we have seen Londo when we saw the mass drivers at the Nan homeworld, his facial expressions watching from the ship, the Centauri ship, and that look on his face of, oh shit, I started this. But at the same time, he's happily reading out these points to the unaligned worlds in the council room saying 500 Nan will down plus the family if one Nan kills a Centauri. The conflictions between those two sides of Londo are so intriguing to watch, and we saw the part of Londo that I miss actually when he was talking to an unconscious Linnea. I do miss that side of him quite a lot, and I'm really interested to see how we go moving forward, because I've noticed something else the last few episodes is Delenn and her body language. The more we get through this, the more freedom she expresses through her body. When she was still wholly Minbari, she was quite poised and stiff in a sense, but when she's came out of the chrysalis, her body movements have started to change as well, and it's so amazing to watch this development of her, like her evolution as we go through this. And that's just something else that kind of comes to mind when I watch this often. I'm like, she's coming more human in every way actually, and it's just crazy to see it. I'm gonna go watch the next one. I will see you guys later, so thank you.